every single episode is going to be live.
Every town has a ghost story that's been passed down throughout the generations. But what if those legends are true? My job is to travel to these destinations, explore them, and figure out the mystery that lies within.
Hey everybody, Ghost Biker Explorations, Season 7, Episode 4, and we are back in North Georgia at a very, very cool and unique location. I can't wait to highlight this place tonight, but I want to come on here and say hello to everybody. Good evening to Miss Nancy Weems. Hope you're doing really well. John Keller, great to see you again. Thank you all so much that have tuned in every week and that is tuning in again tonight. Dr. Christy Sumner, I hope you're doing well. The Dream Interpreter, Miss Dee Dee from out in California, thank you so much for spending your evening with us. Of course, James Brady, always great to see you. Mr. Bob Burnell, I hope you are feeling well and doing great. Miss Karen Ann Daniels, hello. And of course, Jolly Goins there. She joined us on a tour this past week of the Village of Historic Rugby. I hope you're doing well. Kim Brady, Janet Alms, greetings and good wishes to you all. And everyone else that's watching over in the chat room that hasn't said hello. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or any comments for tonight's investigation, please feel free to put those over in the comments section. We'll do our best to get to those and to answer, because this is an interactive investigation. And again, that's my favorite part about this this episode is the fact, or this season is the fact that you get to be in the investigation with me and I get to investigate with you. And that's what makes it so much fun. If you have been watching, we are on the downward slide here of the season, heading toward the last 2 episodes. Tonight is episode 4. Next week will be our season finale. But if you watch the past episodes, first week we were in Dahlonega, over in the over on the more countryside of Dahlonega there, and we were at Dipsy Doodle Antiques. Had such a cool investigation. The next week we headed over to an undisclosed location in Northeast Georgia, where we had some pretty unexplainable and incredible activity that is still leaving me scratching my head. But that last week, we headed back to historic Dahlonega, to the actual downtown area, to Gateway Antiques. Kim was so wonderful, her and Jared, allowing us into both of their locations. And so we ended up having a door open on us last week. I have not had the opportunity to go back through and review any of the static cameras that we had. But, we're definitely going to be doing that. October is just kind of crazy insane. Also, our Thursday nights, we do Behind the Screams. We did not get to have one last week because we had a double tour at Historic Rugby. And this week we have an investigation and another tour. So we will not have a Behind the Screams this week. But I promise we will catch up on the last 2 episodes, episode 3 and this episode on Behind the Screams here very, very soon, talking about what we experienced tonight. So go check out those locations and show those guys some love and come in and purchase some of the items, or just come in and meet the great folks who own these places. But I want to get to tonight's location. Now, we were going to actually start outside. However, 1 minute before we were about to go live, a train came. And there is a train track that's right across the street, but it's finally passed. And so we are going to start outside here. One of my favorite parts about the episode is revealing stepped past apparently we have stepped past the Wi-Fi zone. So I'm going to stay back just a little bit here. But one of my favorite parts is actually going in and being able to reveal the amazing location that we are at. And I do just want to say that hopefully our owners of this location is joining us from the chat room over there. So if you guys are there and watching, to Dave and Natalie, if you are in there watching and you want to add anything, please feel free to comment in that section over there. Folks, if you are watching and you have any questions for tonight's episode, please put those in all caps so that I don't miss you as we're going through. Let me get my camera turned around here. Whoops. So I can show you guys and tell you a little bit of the history about the location that we are in. So bear with me one second. I am here in the building alone, which I love doing these investigations alone, but I am in the really cool little town of Lula, Georgia. And we are at Lula Mercantile. And this place is so cool. It is a vintage shop with some great items. I've already seen several things that I want to walk away with here. But I'm going to give you a tour of this and a little bit about the history of Lula itself. Dave, the owners, Dave and Natalie, they are just absolutely the sweetest and nicest folks. We've been over here for about 2 hours before we went live, and they took me on a tour of the downtown area, which it's a very small area if you've been to Lula, but some of the smallest areas have some of the largest history, and so that's what's really cool about this. So I'm going to step inside here and tell you a little bit about this location, and it's going to be a little different than our past investigations. We've highlighted 3 cool antique shops that have had a really great history, but this is somewhere that, as Chris said, yeah, it's got a stormtrooper, so this place has definitely got to be cool. So we're going to head on in here. I'm just going to kind of show you around about. We're going to take a few minutes before we start investigating and look at this. I want to say hello to my mom. I hope you're over there in the chat room. I know you don't type any questions in there, but I hope you're watching, Mom. I think that my sister Holly would absolutely love this store. They've got some pictures of what the building looked like. This is Main Street in 1916. This is the building that we're in, and that's before the roads were paved. We also have some really old items. I got to go down and see the old jail that they have here and find out some of the history. I'm definitely going to be coming back to Lula and maybe doing an investigation. The railroad tracks that were right across the street there are some legends and lore that are associated with that. Also, 2 marshals were killed right outside of the jail, and they've got some of the original graffiti from back 1925 and the late 1800s in there. It is just too cool. We've got an old tombstone right here. This photo, I wanted to kind of highlight it. We're getting a little bit of glare, but I wanted to highlight it because it came from the house of one of the marshals that was killed.
Yes.
And so we've got set up some tripwires here. It's kind of a small building, so that's going to be really cool for the investigation. This is actually a vintage embalming table. This embalming table, Dave set this up specifically for us to do on the investigation. And this embalming table is from right around the 1890s. And it's really cool. You can actually see there are some remnants of some really cool stuff on this. Also, this is a summer casket. This was found in the building right next door. It's got the glass on it right there. So that you could, the reason Dave was telling me the reason that this was a summer casket was because you could see in there through the glass and not have to worry about the smell. And it's really, when you look at the inside, they've actually got some old bones. Still got some of the material inside there, the fabric. So we're going to get to investigate this, see if there's any activity associated with that. Let's head on over here. Yes, Dee Dee, definitely. It was so you could see. James, we do need to buy that table. I did have him give me a price on that. So, yeah, that is very, very possible. Let's see. Just kind of looking over some of the different comments here. Yep. Hi, Mom. Okay. So we do have the SLS set up. We will be moving that to see if we can get anything. Just going to kind of show you a little bit here. We've got costume jewelry. We've got, we just noticed this beforehand. This old Civil War hat. That is just too cool. Lots of really neat items here. Now, it's going to kind of go around here. Lots of vintage clothing. And this is a really cool piece they were telling me about before we went live here. And I may butcher this. So, Dave, if y'all are in the comments there, this is handmade. I don't know if you can see the beadwork on this, but it is, I believe he said it was Nigerian and that it was, I'm just amazed by the beadwork on this, the flower sack back, but it has an interesting energy to it. When I touched it earlier, I ended up getting a sharp pain in my head, which was kind of wild. It's absolutely beautiful. Actually, we got a flashlight there that just turned on. So we've been having these turning on and off. Can you turn that flashlight off for us, please? Well, gonna make it brighter. Can you turn that one off? Because a lot of these locations have not been investigated before, we always like to kind of set the flashlights out, talk to them for, 30 minutes or so to just try to get them used to what we're doing. So we'll leave that on right there. Now, this corner right here is pretty interesting. So some of the claims that have been mentioned here about the location itself, this corner is one where they tend to feel some different activity, people who have come into the shop. There was a lady that came in. I'm not sure if she was a medium or if she was like clairvoyant. I'm not sure what her abilities were, but she had told the owners that there is a little boy that stays in this area. His name is Samuel, and he's around the age of 10 years old. Now, he made sure he wanted them to know that he was 10. The owner started finding dimes all around the store here, as well as up on the second floor. They do live up on the upper floor up there. And so she started saving those dimes in a special place. And so she's given those to us tonight to put out here and see if anything happens. And so we're going to see if we can get any responses. Just all the cool vintage stuff that they have here. And so we will kind of be playing with the lights on and off here. I like to keep some ambient light while we're doing this. So So yeah, lots of neat little nooks and crannies that we've got here in this shop to investigate. And like I said, what I like about it is it's we're in a compact space to be able to investigate. So um so yeah, so I'm going to read just a little bit of history here on the building itself. I'm going to come right over here, actually just sit down for a second and read just a little bit of this. So this was known as the Adams Building, and it is located here on Main Street. It was built in the late 1800s. They believe around probably 1884, possibly early 1900s, by J.D. Adams, Guy Adams. It was Miller's Furniture at one point in time, Miss T's Emporium, and it was purchased by Charles Shaw. He started kind of rebuilding. Purchased November 7th, 2012, by Mark and Chris. Let's see, I don't want to Lusink. I apologize if I mispronounced that. For a complete renovation. It was believed to be built in 1884. The first deed to the property was found in Hall County and originally part of Franklin County. In 1855, from Benjamin Cleveland to James P. Eccles, and it was conveying 200 acres at the time. Eccles conveyed the same 200 acres to Joseph H. and Dunstan Banks, which I got to see a little bit about Banks down there in the historical building down there. Let's see. In March of 1972, Banks conveyed several town lots, including this lot, to the Northeastern Railroad, dated 1873 through 1892. And it goes on to talk about several other families. Let's see, in 1909, H.B. Martin purchased the property in 1913. Martin passed away, and the estate sold the property to Guy Adams in 1939. That picture that I showed right there in the beginning was some of Martin's relatives. And let's see, the upper front porch deteriorated and was removed in the 1940s. Jim Adams moved his store from 607 Main Street to the Adams Building after the death of Charlie Simmons. Simmons and Adam were located on the first floor of the Lula Hotel, and Jim Adams, father of Emma, May, Letha, and Guy. Guy purchased the building from his father in 1935. Guy and wife Jewel lived in the quarters over the store, which is where the owners currently live now. They purchased that and lived in there. Jim Adams died in 1951. Guy Adams, 1972. And he retired from the railroad. Jewel, who lived upstairs, died in 1961. And so, and then it goes on to say that no one has lived in the upstairs since 1961 after the death of Jewel. Miller's Furniture was here, then Miss T's Emporium Antique and Gift Shop, and the owners stayed in the back of the building when running the store. So we are right next door to a Masonic Lodge. And what's really neat about this as well is that the Masonic Lodge in 1920 and the Odd Fellows and Good Templars Lodge was on the second floor as well. So really, really interesting history, and we appreciate them providing this really great history to us. So we've got a lot of different tools set up. I'm going to set this over here. So two of the names of people that we do know that we get activity from. We do also have a static camera that they did allow us to set up upstairs in their living quarters. And because it was believed that kind of right in this area right here where the table's set up going up to the top, it's believed that there is a portal or vortex up there on that second floor. So, yeah, I think we're going to have a really fun night ahead of us. I do know, like I was getting ready to say before I got distracted, we do know of two names, Jewel as well as Samuel, that we're going to see if we get activity from. And also, this is the dimes that that's been found around the building here. So if you guys want to kind of tell me where you want us to start this investigation. I've got static cameras set up. I've got 2 tripwires. I may move these tripwires at some point, but I wanted to have something back here to see if we can get something from Samuel. Things get moved here in this building on the first floor and the second floor. There are several things that are missing that we're going to ask about and see if we can get responses to that. I've got several flashlights set up, one being here on the table in Samuel's area, and we can set up more because I've got a ton of flashlights. We keep getting some around this this throne here. Can you turn that light off? I may have to readjust that. We got spirit box. Oh, thank you so much. We've got spirit box, Ovilus, the other tripwire running over here. I like that idea, Chris. Put one of the dimes by the tripwire for a little bit. And I actually want to hold that and ask maybe what we're experiencing. So I'm just going to take a couple of these. I've even looked at the date on some of these to see if there's anything significant with it. Any certain part of the tripwire, Chris? Should I put it back toward the back in Samuel's area, or are you thinking kind of closer to the front here? And I don't want to jinx myself. If you watch the last episode after we did the military stuff, after we did that, okay, I'll put these back here. My phone started acting wonky and the screen wouldn't stay on, but I'm happy to report it is back on and we are good. So I'll sit these. I'm going to sit one right here, and I'll set another one over here. Okay. And I'm going to wait just a few minutes before I get before I pull out. We got another train coming. Before I pull out the Ovilus or spirit box, any of that, I'm going to see if, I do want to show y'all this. We do have a lot of military stuff right in here where we've got the flashlights set up. We do have a lot of military attire here. And when you said military, we lit up real bright. Were you a member of the military? Can you flash that light if you served in the military? Oh, look at that. The light's flashing. Thank you. Can you turn that light off right quick? And we're going to ask some questions here in just a minute. So thank you so much. These other items right here, these are just cool. These are handmade. They actually came from, if I'm remembering correctly, they actually came from the Martin estate there. Some of the relatives had these, and these are just too cool. So we've got some flashlights set up around that, and we'll probably move some things here around in just a few minutes. But The end of the tripwire just lit up there. Yep. Popcorn, yellow strap smile, no doubt about it. Love it. Okay. I just saw the flash, or I mean, excuse me, the tripwire light up. Samuel, if you are here with us, we're not going to hurt you. We just want to try to talk to you. We know that you like Miss Natalie, and that you've been giving her a gift. We've put some of that gift down here on the floor beside of these little lights. If you can see me, or if you can see what's on the floor, can you come up and touch that light? It's not going to hurt you. Samuel, are you 10 years old? Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Tracy. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for watching. Samuel, are you 10 years old? If you're 10 years old, can you touch one of those lights on the floor? Or come up and touch the light that's on the table right there? Now, it's uncertain what's happened to Samuel. There's speculation as to whether he was maybe injured outside and brought in. Maybe he passed away in here. Um, they don't really necessarily think he's connected to an item, um, because there hasn't really seemed to be anything that's been necessary that has been pulled toward an item. That doesn't mean that's not the case, but they're a little unsure about what what his connection is with the building itself. So we're going to see if we can get some interaction from him and find out. Is there anybody back here in this corner? I'm going to move to the front here so we can get a little bit more view of the tripwire. It's a little more challenging to get a solid view here because they've got some really cool stuff here. So I don't want to crowd your space back there. Can I call you Sam? Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. We've got static cameras set up. Despite the train sound outside, it's a pretty quiet building, which is nice. Got a question here. Samuel, did your parents own the building? Are there any previous owners of the building still here? Hey, Daryl Paulette, Clover Hill Village. Thank you for tuning in. How about over here at the chair? Is there anyone that made the chair here with us? Now, I brought some toys. We may try to play with those here in just a little bit. Oh, tripwire just lit up. Ah. Do you want me to bring some toys out? Oh, wow. I don't know if you guys could see this whole thing. It just Thank you. Can you step back from that, please? I see you learned how to play with the tripwire. So it's the toys, huh? That one starts flashing every time. Oh, thank you. Okay, there is a dime. That is one that we have a dime sitting beside. Okay, can you step back from that, please? So let's talk a little bit more about toys. Is there a toy in here that you like? I'm going to go grab a box that's going to help you talk to me a little bit more. And we're going to see if we can find your toy that you like. Can you step back from that? I would say it's a weird function of the tripwire, but that's been completely purple. So, all right. So I'm going to step over here. We've got a flashlight on. Oh, it just went off on the bobbing table. It was just on and went off. Now we've got two different ways that you can talk to us. I've got my obelisk and my spirit box. So let me just make sure there's not anything going on with the tripwire. So that one is off. Let me just make sure. Can you step back from that, please? Just want to make sure nothing's been shifted. I'm going to reset that. I've got fresh batteries in this, but just reset that right quick. Oh, our flashlight was on again. Now it's off. Okay. Let's just reset that. Huh. Okay. Looks like we've got some questions here. Okay, we're going to let that train pass right there. That one's, I just said it was quiet. Of course it's going to do that. All right. Got two red lights on the thing. I think that's just a malfunction. Although, like I said, they were purple a minute ago. Can you play hopscotch? Can you play hopscotch? This says poem. Can you play hopscotch? By jumping from light to light. If you can see those on the floor. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. That is too cool. You did such a good job. It actually went the entire length right here. Can you do that again? Can you show me how you can jump and play hopscotch? I'm on the count of 3. I want you to hop down the line, okay? 1, 2, 3. Show me how fast you can hop down there. Got a lot of great questions here, guys. And forgive me if I don't ask in the order that you're asking, but I will get to your questions. Okay. Can you knock something down, like a piece of clothing or a book? Huh. This is poem, foreign, and halo. This is the second time we've been talking to a child and we got halo. Are you an angel? Can you see the dime over there? I may put a few more dimes down. Can you go over and touch the dime? Do you leave those dimes to buy toys? Are you paying for your toys? Okay, we've got several questions about multiple people here playing. Are there 2 of you here? Okay, I asked if there was 2, and this just said students and which. Okay. Are there 2 of you here playing with the lights? If so, can you light your light up where you're standing? I think this red one here, I don't know if it's maybe a kink or something in the line right there. I don't know. These were all purple just a minute ago. This says drive and went as soon as I pulled up the question that Dee Dee has. That's interesting. Are you here all the time? Do you ever leave the store? Can you use this box that's in my hand to tell me where you go when you leave, if you leave? Well, it says window and camera. So I'll go, if I go to the window, there's the train is out there. Do you like trains? You like watching the train go by? All right, we've talked about toys. Would you like some candy? If you'll give me a dime, I'll give you some candy. Actually, since you've been so good, I'll give you some candy for free. No, Chris, that was not me. Um, I'll have to go back and see, but that was not me. I'm glad you all heard that. I'll try rebooting the lights, Ronnie. I did that a second ago. I'm going to see. I want to kind of straighten this up just to make sure. These tripwires, I don't know, they're one of my favorite tools, but boy, they can be finicky. These are still good and set here on the table. It says wagon. I wonder if there's a wagon in here. Let's see if we can find. It was right over here when I bent down to reboot the lights. Just gonna see if there's a wagon anywhere over here. There's a tractor. Let's see. I'm looking around here to see if there could be a wagon. Thanks, Dave. Dave is one of the owners. No, they're being extremely quiet. Let's see here. So we have rebooted the lights. Let me just double check, make sure the lights are good. Except for that one up there by the dime. I'm going to move the dime. I'm going to move it down. We've got a dime by that one. I'm going to move the dime just to see if that changes anything. Dave, are you aware of a wagon that's down here? We will go back and listen to some swim. Wagon and swim. Stuff. Yeah, I got lots of cool stuff in here. So I'd like to just make sure you're here. Can you tell me an item? I know you've already said wagon. Can you tell me about your favorite item or favorite toy that's here in the store? I mean, there's a tractor over there. There's some books. Good point. Dave says maybe he was hit by a horse-drawn wagon. Let's see. This said good and tone as soon as we ask that. Let's see. Here's some trucks. And some little cars. Samuel, do you like the little cars that's right there on that stand? Okay. Were you injured by a wagon, by a horse-drawn wagon? Okay. This said rocket and whale. Okay, Dave says there's also a John Deere wagon like the tractor on the left shelf about 3/4 of the way on the back. I think I see what you're talking about. Okay, this also said rocket, so yep, there's the wagon. The wagon right there. There's a little wagon. It's a little dark, but you can maybe see it. I think I've got a. This says pulled. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is religion. Pulled and safe. Okay. So this is kind of odd to me. When we found things, when we found the Angel Bank, it said safe. We found a wagon and it said pulled. Let me grab a flashlight right here so you can see that better. This says weeps, house, and sad. We started getting a lot of talking right over here. Okay, let me get a flashlight right quick. I'm getting the flashlight to see. That was me walking. That was the floor. Gasp. Did that scare you? Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, that's the wagon. There was a bigger, that looks almost like a more industrial wagon. Okay, and so like I said, after the last time, after we found an item, it said safe. So I'm going to take this right here and just move it right over by the tripwire. Oh, that's cool. Dave says I had 2 of those wagons. I gave one away to a kid last week. How cool is that? All right. So I'm going to bring this right back over here. I'm going to sit this down right there. So we've got the little wagon sitting there. If that's your wagon, can you come up and either, of course, now we got a light turning on over by the chair. If this is your wagon, can you come over and touch the light on the floor by your wagon? Okay, we'll ask this question while we wait to see. So we do have a camera upstairs. If there is somebody upstairs, can you either move in front of that camera or knock on the floor to give us some kind of sign that you're here? Sam, do you did you miss the other little wagon that Dave gave away? Is that what makes you sad? That's what we've got on here is sad. I think you're right. I think you guys are right. Are you still with us, Samuel? If you're still with us, can you play hopscotch again? And run down the, or hop right down the center of the aisle here? I can try that, Bob, but I would need to see here. I think it's a malfunction with that wire. Because that's what this is where the other one was sitting. We got stay, upon, and Pam. Is there a Pam here? Yeah, see, that one is still, this is where that one was. But good try on that. I like to see if we can debunk any spikes or anything. Okay. I agree. I think it is a short or something in that specific wire. I don't know if it's a kink right there, but I mean, it's green now, but is there somebody named Pam here? Samuel, was your mother named Pam? Let's flash. Hi, Pam. Can you step back from that light real quick? Was it 1880 for you? Or maybe 1980? I'm going to bring the wagon over here to this tripwire. Step on back here. Those ahead. All right. I'm going to step back a little bit. Samuel, can you come over here to this side? We've got the same light on the floor. Dave says that you can have the wagon if you would like. Would you like that wagon? If so, can you hop on the floor right over here and make these lights light up? This says Doug. Now, this is interesting, as Ronnie said, Pam and Sam. Could it be possible that he misspelled it? That's what we tend to think sometimes on these obelisks, that sometimes things may be misspelled. So that is interesting. That is a good point. Sam, would you prefer I call you Sam? If you can hear me, can you come over here and touch this row of lights on the floor and make it light up all the pretty colors? Maybe show us how fast you can run? What if I put another one of these over here? Did you leave that for Miss Natalie? That's me walking. If you can see what I just set down, can you tell me what that was? What you leave for Miss Natalie? Area and creak. Oh, and creak like the floor creaking. Hello, Ken. Thank you for joining us. Got a few more questions here. Sam, how long have you been here? What year is it for you? Are you scared by all these lights that we have set up? You don't have to be scared. There's nothing in here that's going to hurt you. No, Bob, I'm on a different side here. Oh, we got a light on the embalming table. Oh, wow. I don't know if y'all saw that. The light lit up on the embalming table, and so did the tripwire. I hope I didn't move that too quick. Okay, so we're going to shift gears if you guys are okay with that, because it seems like I just want to make sure. There's two lights down there that are a little bit wonky at the end. Oh, and the light just came on back at the chair that's up there. Can you flip that light off for us? Can you turn that light off? We'll be back here in just a second. We got two flashlights set back there. But I want to see what's going on over here at the embalming table. See if I can get positioned where we can see. We've got a couple tripwire lights set up right there. I want to set the EDI box on that.
That was me shifting that. And what do you think, guys? Should we sit a male meter there? Just to see what our numbers are. So all right. So what we're going to do, I'm really curious about this embalming table. So we're not getting, I mean, it's just a 0.2, 0.1, very, very low. Breathing on the male. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of set that up right there. And we'll step back right over here. So we've got several different lights. We see you found those. All you have to do is go up and touch either those pretty purple lights that are on the table or the flashlights that are sitting there, or you can touch either of those two boxes. Pretty much everything you touch is going to light up a pretty color. If you can hear my voice, can you touch one of those items on the table? Oh, oh wow, both flashlights came on. All right. That's cool. Thank you. So you can hear me. All right. Can you turn those off? If you can turn those off, I'm going to ask you a few more questions. Turn those off on the count of 3. All right. Thank you. Can you turn that other one off? 1, 2, 3. I see you trying. Go ahead and step on back. Thank you. Ugh, you guys know how to do this. Okay. So there's no spikes on the male or anything like that, or on the EDI. All right. So you can hear me. Can you see me? If you can see me, can you touch one of those lights on the table or touch one of those boxes if you can see me? All right. Was this your table? Did you work with this table? Oh, you were? Okay. So this was your table. Okay. Can you go ahead and turn that light off? Great question, Melissa. Thank you. Were you an undertaker? If you were an undertaker, I'm just going to shift my position right here. If you were an undertaker, can you touch one of those devices on the table? Okay, thank you. I love that it's multiple lights that are going off. Okay, go ahead and turn that light off. I just got to say, that is a tremendous service that you offer to the people of the community by the job that you do. Um, that is not an easy job dealing with what you deal with and what you see, but it is a tremendous service to the people of the community. So thank you. Did you live here in Lula? Dave, I don't know if you're still with us there. Do you know where this table, if it was used here in the community, or if it came from somewhere else? Are you from? This says British and Little. Were you of were you of British ancestry? Okay, he says absolutely not from Lula. Good to know. Linda, I am in Lula, Georgia. A small town, but a very cool history. We'll hopefully be back to investigate some of the area. The lady there with the historical society there has agreed to her and I think a co-worker there to come on our jailhouse podcast to talk about the jail. And we will be coming back to investigate that at some point. So do you want me to buy this table? If I were to buy this table, would you like that? And take it home with me? I'm not gonna lie, that would make a cool coffee table. I'm not gonna lie. Right, right. Thank you. See, it would make a cool coffee table. Put some black roses on it. I'm feeling all inspired here. I like you're thinking, Dee Dee. I'm afraid to even ask. Do you come with the table? You're flashing there. Do you come with the table or do you stay at the store? Would be a nice place to have your lunch. I, I don't. Dee Dee, you're funny. And Linda, yes, this is a wonderful shop. And again, I can't say enough wonderful things about the owners for allowing me to come in here tonight. Um, I'll definitely be back. Um, Dave says, "Are you happy for the table to be displayed? It hasn't been open for a year. Are you happy that we've got the table open right now and we're showing it? I mean, this was kind of your office in a way. If you're happy we have the table open, touch one of the devices. You know, I would imagine somebody that has your background of working that you would know real well how to use these items on the table. I don't know if you can see color or not, but if you can touch that orange box that's on the, and we're getting a few higher hits on the mil meter there. It's still low. It was up to 0.5. But if you can see that orange box on the table, can you come up and touch that? And okay, the temperature's shifting. Um, it's shifting between 64.9 and 65. But can you touch that and maybe either make one of the lights light up on it or take that temperature up to 65.5? Can you do that? Okay, the mil meter just went up to 0.4.
I'm going to kind of get just a little bit lower here. That light right there, that was the geofoam going off. That was me getting down on my knees right here. So one more time, are you happy that we're showcasing your table? That table seems short to me. Maybe it's not. But somebody my height my feet would hang off the edge. Okay. Have you seen I'm asking the question for the undertaker with the table. Have you ever seen a kid in here in the shop? Oh, look, the temperature on that is going up to 65.1. So it's actually going up. Okay, can you make that? I'm going to continue. If you can make that go up to 65.5, that'd be great. So let me get down just a little bit again. Okay. We've got another question here. Was your job as undertaker a family business? Did you own your own business? Or did you work for a funeral home? Not a funeral home, but for because I guess at that time, funeral homes wouldn't have been as prevalent. But was it a family business? It was? Great. Oh, that's bright. Okay. Wow. Okay, can you turn that off right quick? I'm gonna ask you a few more questions. I'm gonna sit on down because apparently okay. All right, can you go ahead and turn that light on off? Maybe on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. All right. So when you were working, did you work or prepare a lot of bodies for in-home wakes? Did you go and do this in people's homes? I know here in the South, when somebody would die, we would have a wake or call it sitting up with the dead. Now, would you do that? Or did you work inside of a business? Trying to think of the best way to ask that. Okay, we're at 65.2. It's going between 65.2 and 65.3. Now, I just want to say, I mean, that's interesting because I wanted to ask them to raise the temperature because typically it's much easier to make it colder than it is to make it warmer. Okay, we've got several questions here. So Ronnie says he hears static in the phone mic. That's interesting. Are you still hearing that static, Ronnie? I've been kind of going back and forth with this phone. It's a somewhat newish phone. The microphone is not as good as my old phone.
Okay, good. Thank you. We'll go back and check that out. Dave says, let me ask you this. Did you embalm people? Was embalming people part of your job? Is it true that at one time they used arsenic for embalming? We're at 65.3 on the temperature. You've just got to take it up 2 points to make it 65.5. Can you continue bringing that temperature up? Oh, it's going between 65.3 and 0.4. It's actually going up. I mean, that's really cool. The millimeter, oh, there's a flashlight. The millimeter's sitting at 0.4. We're at 65.4. Okay, you have literally almost taken this up half of a degree. If you can take this to 65.5. Did you learn embalming from your family? Okay, can you turn that flashlight off? Okay. Did you learn embalming from your family? Did you teach some of your family to embalm? Did you pass that along to some of your family? Were you the last of your family to work as an undertaker? Was this table near you when you passed? When you died, was this table near you? Oh my gosh, we're hitting 65.5. Come on, bring it on up. It's rotating between. Come on now. I can't believe this. If this is actually going up. If it holds at 65.5, look at that. 65.5. We have literally gone up from 64.9 to 65.5 like it asked. That is just amazing. Oh, 65.5 and holding. Nice. Nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you. That was very rarely have I been able to get this to go up. Again, going down because, you know, just the natural fall of the temperature as the night goes. But this literally went up and we're holding at 65.5. Oh, and the flashlight. Good job. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, I can't help but just get so excited when stuff like that this happens because it's
especially when you're doing lives, you just never know what's going to happen. And this has been on point the entire night. What activity we've gotten has been on point. Can you start to bring that temperature down now? Maybe take it down here in the next few minutes to 65.3. We're just trying to get more validation that you're here. Now, are you a male? I guess I just kind of assumed that you were a man. That was me shifting here. I guess I assumed you were a man, but maybe you're a female. I don't know. Were females ever undertakers? Anybody have any more questions or any more suggestions of what we should do at the table? I mean, it's kind of wild. The obelisk has gotten quiet. It's not said anything in the last little bit. The table, this is interesting. So, and when we do the behind the screens, we're going to pull a lot of this stuff up. But apparently the table, the brand is Dr. Blood, which is just really cool. The Dave sent me the advertisement of that. So that's really cool. Let me ask you, was this a Dr. Blood table? Okay, so you did really good with the little orange box right there. So there's another little meter. We'll call it a little meter or a little box. That's white right there. It's got some numbers on it. Can you take and touch that box and make that go up to, I mean, it's been sitting steady at 0.3 or 0.4. Can you go up and touch that and make that number? Let's try 0.7. Okay, we're at 0.4 and 0.3. Can you go make that, touch that and make that hit a 0.7? What do you think about this casket that's back in behind me? Did you ever use a summer casket? If you did, can you touch one of those devices on the table? Or touch one of the pretty purple lights? Now, I don't know if there's any confusion or not, but the box with the temperature, it is now at 65.7. So that they made that a 0.7. I don't know. I was asking on this box, but weirdly enough, this has gone up to a 65. Oh, the obelisk just said closet and wrong. Was this, yeah, that's sitting at 65.7. So you did bring it up to a 0.7.
Just to make sure you're still here. All of a sudden, I'm feeling swimming headed. That's weird. Um, so just to make sure you're still here with us, can you touch one of the flashlights there just to show us you're still here? And that was pretty cool when you turned both of them on earlier. Melissa, I don't know that this is Sam. I think they believe that Sam was the, yeah, well, light just turned on. I did ask it to turn the light on, and we were talking about Sam, so I don't know. Let me re-ask that again. Okay, so you are still with us. Go ahead and turn that off. Oh, make it bright. Wow. Okay. I just want to ask, is your name Sam? I know we were talking to the little boy that goes by the name Samuel. If your name is Sam, can you turn the other light on as well? Ah, oh, good point. Natalie says there's a closet behind the embalming table. I see the door now. Okay. All right. Thank you. Um, yeah, Bob. I mean, I would imagine that would be for a smaller person, maybe a child. Um, it would definitely not be of it would definitely not be for anyone of my relatives. And yes, Linda, people were for the most part smaller before World War One. Um, I guess it just kind of depended on what your heritage was. Um, but that is true. All right. Does anybody have any suggestions on anything else you all would like for me to try with the table here? Um, oh, there's the flashlight. Okay. So to the gentleman that is the undertaker that owns the table, I've got this little box right here in my hand that will you can use it to talk, you can use it to give me a name. Um, can you tell me your name? I'd like to be able to either address you by a first name or a last name. So, can you tell me your name? M. Okay. Does your name start with an M? If your name starts with an Tool. M and Tool. Son. This is weird that this has started talking again. So son is in SON. True. DD, it could be the person who made it. It says lasting. Okay. So did your name or your son's name start with an M?
Do you want me to continue talking to you, or should I go to a different area? Yeah, that's true. I mean, when I mentioned the box, it did start talking. Um, I'm gonna ask one more time. So we're apparently talking about your son, or that you were a son. Was your father an undertaker? Or did your father use this table? Was Sam your son? Did you have a son named Sam? Puddle and calm. I don't know why all of a sudden sitting down here. So I'm sitting kind of even with the sitting on the floor, kind of even with the table here. And when I sat down here, I just started feeling just drained all of a sudden, and first swimmy headed and then drained. Um, are you the kid that hangs out in here? Is your name Sam? Well, I've asked if your name is Sam twice, and that flashlight has turned on. So that's interesting. Can I call you Sam? Flashlight is flashing. May I call you Sam? Um, Dave says, does the closet, you mentioned the closet, does the closet have anything to do with what goes on upstairs? Because this is the area that Dave pointed out that upstairs is kind of directly above where there is either a vortex or a portal. So that actually kind of makes sense. Now, this table was not set up right here. He set this up specifically for us. It was folded up here on the side. Um, do you know anything about the closet? Does it have anything to do with what's upstairs? What? Up and band. I don't know what band is, but up, that's pretty cool. We were just talking about that. Yes, upstairs. Can you confirm if the closet has anything to do with what goes on upstairs? Yeah, I definitely will, Linda. Dave says, okay, so I'm going to ask you a question here, uh, and you light that up if that's the case. Do you remember Sally Toole? Do you know Sally? Oh, you do? Okay. There you go, Dave. So you remember Sally Toole. Okay. Is she going to be here this week? It's flashing. Yeah. Well, you'll have to be sure to say hi to Sally. Okay, I've got another question for you. Go ahead and turn that on off. All right? Go ahead and step on back. Well, That's true. That's true, Dave. The box did say tool. Okay. That's pretty badass right there. I did not know I did not know that that was Sally's last name. Um, do you like the band upstairs? If you like the band upstairs, can you turn the light on or touch that orange box right there? Yes, Linda, that is a thing that does happen sometimes. Sometimes the box does have typos. Sometimes things are either misspelled or not just as the box says. Um, but that's pretty cool about Tool. Do you like the band upstairs? Dave says that his son will be disappointed. Do you ever hear the band upstairs? Do you like music? You do? Okay. How about Dave's son's band? I wish they'd turn that second light on or touch one of the tripwire lights. This light over here on the floor has been just completely quiet the whole time. What I may do is I may go to a different area and either put a REM pod or the music box on the table here. Um, before we switch to a different area, does anybody else have any questions or any suggestions of anything to try with this table? Before I leave, I do want to put the SLS on the table just to see if there's anything that will show up. So going once, going twice. Philip asks, do you have any regrets from your life? You guys have been asking some good questions tonight. Well, that one is. How many people have used this table?
Yes.
Okay, so this says disc and form. How many people have used this table? Okay, we are an hour and 40 minutes into the investigation here. And I gotta say, I've been really impressed with the wagon, um, the responses here, because I mean, with the tripwire,
Can you flash the light? Wait, Philip says, can you flash the light with how many people have used this table? Flash it how many times? Or how many people? Or use the light to flash to how many people? Oh, whoa, look at that. We got pressure and cold spike right there on the ED. Oh, and again. So that's 4 flashes on that. Can you do that one more time? That's the first pressure and cold spike that we've hit. Now, I do want to ask this. So when I was talking to Dave earlier, he said that he's had several things go missing or be moved upstairs in their home. Now, using this tool in my hand, can you tell me what Dave is missing? What he is currently missing? I'm not going to say it out loud. I want to see if. Okay, I don't even know what that is. Sacra res. I'm not really sure what that is. Can you tell me what Dave is missing? Jumped. Nope. No. Now you're really talking. Them, shining, and slower. No. Hey, hey, Sam, can you tell us what Dave is missing? Yep. That's what it says. I mean, that's what he's missing. So I'm not going to say it. I'm going to see if they will tell me. And yeah, Janet, if it says red-handled scissors, I'm going to flip out too, because that's what we're missing at the jail. That is too funny. I'll go back to the back of the room right quick. Sam, do you know what Dave is missing? Well, that's not what you're missing, but maybe it's located on the chest. All right, so I'm going to go devil. Duty. Okay, climbed and wire. Okay. So we're going to step to a different area. Thank you, Mr. Undertaker, whose name starts with M. Thank you for your time. I'm going to wave bye to you. Can you wave at me or touch one of those items to tell me goodbye? I agree. I agree, Dee Dee. That would be cool. And I just want to say before I switch areas, Dee Dee is an awesome, amazing dream interpreter. And we had a conversation after last. Oh, there's the lights lighting up. Cold and pressure change. We had a conversation after about dreams, and she had a dream regarding. I think it was, unless I'm mistaken, Dee Dee, the location I investigated last. And she does a really cool job by linking dreams
to the areas, the investigations and different stuff that people have going on. And I know I was having really kind of vivid dreams the last little bit, and I just kind of took it to the fact that I'm traveling every week, working late nights, and not really sleeping a whole lot because of being so busy. But if any of you have any interesting dreams after this, or about any items or anything that we talk about, please shoot us a message. I know she would always be interested to hear. So yeah, that'd be good. And Philip, definitely reach out to I can put you in contact there with Dee Dee. She's got some lots going on there. So yeah, I think that would be really cool. Oh, got a flashlight on. Will you visit me in my dream tonight? Oh wow, we got hot hit and cold hit and pressure on the EDI. So you will visit me in my dream? I know. We took attention away from the spirits, so they wanted us to pay attention. Okay, I'm going to step back to another area, but I'm going to put a tool on here that you can touch if you want to get my attention. What do you think, guys? The REM pod or the music box? Ah, good question. Dave says, are the glasses on the big ancient chest? If they are, can you touch one of those lights? If the glasses are on the big ancient chest. Oh, this is cool. We've actually got some military. Reached, E, and soup. Got some military stuff here in this trunk. That's really cool. All right. So looks like we've got 1 REM pod and 3 music boxes. So, all right, we'll put the the music box right here. So I'm going to put this, I'm not going to sit it on the, I'm going to actually put it behind right here, because what it'll do, well, actually, no, I will sit it on it. I was going to have it facing it. There we go. Ah, the big ancient chest is behind the counter. Okay. Now I'm going to step away from that. Let's see. Just kind of, oh, that chest. That's a cool chest right there. Now, I just got cold all of a sudden. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to try to be out of view of that table. So, if you can hear that music, you can come up and touch that box if you want to get my attention. But I'm going to turn around here. I kind of want to talk a little bit about Can you do that again? 'Cause that's not facing me. So oh, the flashlight just came on too. Can you make that box go off? Make that play music? Okay, I'm gonna turn around. If that starts to play music when I walk away, then that's gonna be pretty cool. If you want to get my attention, all you have to do is touch that box and make that play music. Oh, that's cool, Dave. They think that this big chest, I just want to shine a flashlight on it. Music box just went off again. And the flashlight is flashing now. You just want me to pay attention to you, don't you? Shoot. Every time I turn. Wow. They are very social, Melissa. I see you found the music box there and like that. Okay, so what I wanted to do was actually show briefly that every single time I turn away, give me just a minute, okay? Look at this. Dave says that he thinks that this come from the 1500s. This is just incredible. All right, so I'm going to step over here every time. Can you turn that flashlight on again? All right. So I just wanted to come over here for a few minutes and talk a little bit about this really cool chair. Let me fix this flashlight that I have in my hand. Let me turn it off. There we go. Okay. Now you've been turning your lights on and off. We've got 2 lights sitting there. Oh, no, sitting there at the base of the chair here. We also have some lights in the floor. Can you, if you're here with us still, can you turn one of your lights on? Oh, thank you. That's really cool. All right, can you turn that off for me? How about that second light? Can you turn that second light on as well? This just said head. There is a there's a head in this seat. Aim. And there are heads on all the way around this piece right here. There's a head on every side. No, Dee Dee. Object.
No, DD, I did not whisper. So we'll have to go back and see. Oh, there goes the flashlight on. Did you whisper? Can you tell me what this chair was used for? Interest and truck. Whew. It feels strange back here. There's the flashlight again. Can you tell me what the other animal is? Can you use this box right here to tell me what kill and master? To tell me what this animal is? Can you tell me what that is? Okay, I see you found the lot. If you can't tell me what those are, can you tell me what color that orange circle is? Ago and arrived. Um, again, can you tell me what this is? Which head is you? Can you tell me what this chair is made of? What these items are? That's a let's see, can you turn that flashlight off? I want to ask you another question. Is this your chair? Hmm. Nod and students. This is the second time tonight we've got the word students. Ugh. I feel extremely drained over here. Now, you said something about truck. Are you still with us, Sam? How about the person back at the table? The chair's bigger than it looks, Dee Dee. I it's a normal, I mean, it's short, but as far as the seat part, it's normal size. Can you tell me what this is? The side of this head up here? Can you tell me what I'm gonna touch this right here? Can you tell me what this is? Or what this head is with the face painting? How about these military uniforms? Were any of these yours? I like camouflage. I've got to step away from right over here. Feel like I could just lay down on the floor and go to sleep. And I'm not sleepy, just kind of tired there. This says slave and David. David, I think they may be talking about you here. Okay, so just kind of looking at these comments here because that was kind of a weird. There's that light. Let's see. All right. Are you using my energy? Well, that light went off. How about over here? If you're using my energy, can you use it to light these lights up on the floor? I don't feel it as bad over here. Jupiter, trip, and shaken. Angry and wagon. We got wagon again. Are you angry that I moved your wagon? Are you upset that I moved your wagon? I'll move it back. Oh my goodness. Fire, shop, Lisa, and Ida. We started getting. Okay, Melissa says the sign on the floor says truck. That is true. No trucks allowed. There's the wagon. We'll move the wagon here. Yeah, that does say no trucks allowed. It really is beautiful and unique. Let's see what I wrote. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if they are using my energy back there because when I go back here, it just justice. I'm going to step back. Can you turn your light on one more time? This place has a lot of energy to it. It's Fire Shop Ida we need to discuss. All right. Interesting. Okay, where are you at? Very interesting. Where are you at? I'm going to turn on the SLS right quick. Like I said, this said, now that may have been me. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to turn the SLS on. Let me get this hooked up. And we're going to see. Got it on the tripod here. Okay. Now, Sam, Jewel, oh, this is strange. This is, yeah. Let me make this. I want to see if and actually, what I may do, I just want to make sure there is no false positive here. Can you wave at me? If you can raise your left hand and wave, I would appreciate that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Raising his left hand. Okay. Can you raise your right hand and wave? Can you raise your right hand? He did it. Yeah. That's pretty wild. Okay. So I'm going to ask a couple questions here. Ida, are you with us? If you're with us, Ida, go away, whatever it is. Okay. Ida? Ida, if you are with us, can you touch one of those lights on the floor? I just want to make sure this is not a false positive here. I mean, there's no arms waving. How about now? Can you wave again? Can you wave your right arm? Oh my gosh, look at that. It waved again. Okay. How about raising your right foot. So that's going to be over there where the jackets are hanging. Okay, I'm going to kind of shift this just a little bit. Is your name Ida? If your name is Ida, can you? Every time I mention Ida, the music box goes off. Huh. Ida is a dog that pees on the floor most times she comes in. Well, that's kind of interesting. It's like whoever's in here doesn't want you to fire her. And they said shop, so that's actually pretty cool. No, there was no cat going by. We don't have, there's no cats in here. Wow. Dave says that's where Ida goes and pees. No, Linda, there's no animal in here. Unless you were saying where, just where I shifted. There's no animal in here. Now, I don't know. So it's not really standing on anything. It's above where we're seeing this. So, because the SLS flips the screen. I'm going to just kind of, and I don't like to move it. I like to keep it as stable as possible. So I just want to make sure that this is not some kind of weird. Well, so I'm going to shift this kind of over toward where we see Samuel, or where Samuel likes to play. Samuel, do you know about Ida? Huh. Oops. Huh. SLS is kind of going dark. That's the interesting part is that it did wave 3 times on command, right or left when asked. So, you know, I don't know. We always like to kind of test that. So that was pretty interesting. Um, can you wave for us? If there's someone here, can you wave at me? Raise your left hand and wave. That may be mapping. There's a stand right there. So that part right there could be mapping that stand. Do you know Jewel? Oh, nice. Ida is black and white. Okay. I'm going to ask you again on the floor here. If you know Ida, can you come up and touch one of the lights on the floor? The tripwire has been extremely quiet tonight, except for just a few minor hits on it, which honestly has been pretty cool because just to kind of recap, we had the first hit on when we asked them if they wanted to talk about toys or when we were talking about toys, and when we asked about playing hopscotch. So that's pretty cool. Good night, James. Thank you so much for watching. We will be wrapping up here in just a few minutes. If there's any last minute things you would like for me to try, I think I will take this REM pod back here and the mail meter. That's probably me getting kind of close. I do want to bring these back here to the chair and see if there's any change. Maybe with the military apparel. Everything's pretty constant at 3 milligauss. See if we can get any spikes anywhere. Oh, we jumped from a 3 to a 0.5. Oh, we got a 0.6 right here. Sam, would you like to play hide and seek? Sitting at a 3. That's 2 over here. Still pretty low. No high spikes or anything. 0.6. Now, if you want to play hide and seek, then let me know by touching this light on the floor. If you want to play hide and seek, can you run through here? If you run through, I can see you by lighting up the lights. We're still at a 0.5. I'm looking for a 1 or higher. We got forever on the autos. 0.4. Wow, just so many cool apps here. Still. Safe. I'm gonna go over here and see what the reading is on it. Now that was me passing through there. I'll see what the reading is on the casket. We got a 0.5 down here. About 0.6 when we set it on it. Can you take that up to a 1? Can you come over here and touch that? Uh, Go to the closet. All right. I'm going to turn the music box off right now because I'm going to reach back here. All right. Well, I got a 0.6. Let's drop it. Let's see what we got over here at the closet. When I come over here, it's a 0.6 desk. Point for us. Mini desk and us. Yeah, I think that looks like a mini desk right there. Are you over here by the closet? We got safe, Melissa, over here by when we found the wagon. The casket is definitely extremely interesting. I'm back over here at the closet. Okay, this says us and for me. Well, we're at a 0.7. Now it's back down to a 0.4. If I sit this right here in front of the closet, can you come out and touch that and bring that up to a 1? Just to show me your flashlight. Just to show me you're still here with us. We're at a 0.5. Can you take that up to a 1? Crash, sift, crash, and remember. Were you in a crash? Or was there a crash that happened outside of the store? Do you want people to remember you? We're up to a 0.6. Can you take that onto a 0.1? I mean, not a 0.1, but a 1?
Just to know you're still here with us. Can you tell me what's on this book? Can you name any of the items on this book? Voice. No, this book right here. Can you, if you can see and hear me, can you tell me something that's on this book? Slur. Voice and slur. Was somebody drunk? Were you killed by a drunk driver? This is at a 0.7. Now it's back down to 0.6. We're getting closer. Can you bring us up to a 1? All you have to do is come up to it. What's in the closet? Oh, you got beer in the closet? Okay. What you got in there, Dave? You got beer in the closet? That is interesting. Voice, slur, and beer, though, and crash. Did you die in a? Oh, the flashlight's on. Oh, it's bright. Did you die in a drunk driver's driving crash? Flashlight's flashing. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We got the light flashing on us. That's pretty interesting. Crash, voice, slur, beer, continued. Did it happen in front of the store? Were you killed in front of the store? Or did the accident happen in front of the store? Cheat and drop. Okay, we're at 0.5 milligauss. Does anybody have any more questions or any more suggestions before we wrap things up? I do want to move the wagon back over here. Just gonna sit it right down here. Samuel, are you happy that we moved your wagon back? When we asked that, the light turned on by the chair. Let me grab the here. I'm going to put this other little toy down here.
Samuel, if you want to play, like I said, I know you like to play hopscotch and with toys. And I've got this rolly ball as a squat down here. See that? Okay, I'm going to set this over here. Ashes, rain, and statement. Okay, so I'm going to sit down back here. I'm going to get in a spot where I can still see a little bit. Oh, okay. Okay, so we've got that little ball right there. We've got your wagon. We've got some dimes. Stretched and puncture. Okay, now, Samuel, are you happy that I brought your wagon back over? If you're happy about that, can you either touch one of the lights on the floor or touch that ball? If you touch that ball, you can either move it or you can light it up. Can you come over here and touch the dime on the floor? If so, I'll give you some candy. Do you like chocolate? Do you like peppermint? How about taffy? Are you still with us, Sam? Well, I'm going to have to go here soon. Yes. Can you make a noise here by either band? Yeah. You're getting a lot of the same words tonight. That's kind of different. Can you make a noise by either touching the music box or doing this? Now that was probably that would have been me, I guess, hitting the floor. See how I made that light up? I'm going to try that one more time and see if that makes that light up. Yeah, that would be me. Okay, so I'm sitting here on the floor. You just saw me light that up. Can you go over there and touch that and make that light up? Who got bored, Philip? Sam or who? I mean, it's not an action-packed thing, so, I don't know what to tell you. All right, Sam, we're gonna go for the night. So, it's starting to get kind of late, and I've got a long ways to travel home tomorrow. So, yeah, Facebook can get glitchy. So, you can you wave to me by touching one of the lights there? If you can see me sitting here, we're going to wrap things up here in just a few minutes. Well, Sam, thank you. Thank you for chatting with us tonight. Um, thank you all very much for your questions, your comments. Yeah, Jack and Ledge. Of course, when we start to walk away, that wants to start talking. That's me getting up here. All right. So we are going to start to wrap everything up here. I just want to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about, again, some of the cool things that they've got going on here at Lula Mercantile here in Lula. So one of the cool things, I grab their flyer right here and move kind of over here to the lot. They're having their Lula Legends and Lore October 24th, 25th, and 26th. And it departs nightly at 7 p.m. at 5965 Main Street in Lula, Georgia. And I'm just going to kind of zoom in here on the ticketing information. Hopefully you can see that number. That is 386-385-2042 or at the Lula Mercantile and Vintage Shop. So you definitely want to check out this Lula Legends and Lore tour that they've got going on here for 3 nights, October 25th, or excuse me, 24th, 25th, and 26th. And then also check out Lula Mercantile. I'm going to turn this around right here. Give me 1 second to flip that around. There we go. And boom. All right. So it's been a fun night here. I feel like we've got some pretty cool stuff here at Lula Mercantile. We will post all of their information as far as their hours on it. I'm kind of looking here at the door because I know that that's got the information. It says Thursdays through Saturday, noon to 6 p.m. Sunday, and I believe that is, I'm looking at it backwards. I believe that's 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So Thursday through Saturday, noon to 6 p.m. and Sunday, 1 to 6. And so
definitely come check out the store because they have some amazingly fun items in here. And from what I've heard, they have some of the best muscadine slushies in the area in the southeast here. You definitely want to come check that out. Get you one of those. I think they said that they'll be maybe having those by late fall, winter time. Not 100% sure. I know Dave, Natalie are there in the comment section. We will be posting their, I'll get all their information. We'll put that in the links because we want you guys to come out here, check them out. If you're not able to come and check them out in person, definitely go onto their Facebook page and subscribe. They, they post stuff all the time on there. So you want to go check that out. Dave, I'm not sure of any other links that you got. So if you'll let me know by the time we're heading out of here, we'll make sure to get all that stuff posted. We will be doing a follow-up episode. It will not be this Thursday night because we do have sold out tours and a private investigation at the jail on Thursday night. But we will be coming back probably following up. I would have to say it'll probably be next week. I don't know that it'll be this weekend because we have investigations Thursday through Saturday night at the jail and tours Thursday through Sunday at the jail and historic rugby. So definitely go on there if you want to find out more information about the episode. If you didn't catch the entire episode, please go back and watch it. Send me your timestamps. And, I'm sure I'll be talking to Dave before everything. And so if there's anything that we got that stands out to him, we will definitely let you know on that. Or if anything happens after we leave, you never know. We do have the static cameras sitting up and such. So it'd be cool to go back. One more episode left here of season 7, and then we'll be wrapping it up. This has been an amazing season so far, highlighting these antique shops, vintage stores, oddity shops. Got some really interesting stuff that's kind of made me scratch my head a little bit. And we're looking forward to going back and analyzing more of the evidence. So send those timestamps in if there's anything in particular that stood out to you that you would like to talk about a little bit more. One episode left, season finale, next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will be at another interesting shop. And this one is much different than any of the 4 shops that we've been at. So we can't wait to see what type of activity we're going to get at that as well. If you've been following the page, last night we were at Lake Lanier. We did the Lake Lanier boat tour and ghost hunt. So much fun. Absolutely a blast. Captain Tom made sure we felt special and made sure that everyone that was on the cruise knew about the accurate history of Lake Lanier, or America's most haunted lake. So we definitely recommend you do that. They're doing that every night of the week through the month of October. And you never know, if you're interested in doing it after October, he may just be able to hook you up. So we'll be talking a little bit more about that on the next live that we do. So at this point, I think we're going to go ahead. It's almost midnight and wrap this up. And so I hope everyone has a wonderful week leading up to Halloween. And we'll tune in next week for our final live investigation of the season. So take care, everyone. God bless. And we'll be talking to you soon. Good night.